Imagine for a moment that you are standing before an apparently simple object, an old and worn hat with patches and an appearance that suggests centuries of use. But this is no ordinary hat. This is an artifact that possesses the ability to read minds, to see directly into people's souls, and determine their destiny within the most famous magic school in the world. The Sorting Hat of Hogwarts is not just a magical object. It is the guardian of an ancient tradition that has shaped the lives of thousands of witches and wizards throughout the centuries. Before we dive into this fascinating journey through the deepest secrets of the Sorting Hat, I need to ask a very special favor from you all. If you're enjoying the content and want to see more incredible stories like this one, click the subscribe button down below and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Also, leave in the comments which city you're watching this video from. I love knowing where our incredible community of magical world fans comes from. The story of the Sorting Hat begins more than 1,000 years ago, in the early days of Hogwarts' founding, when 4 of the greatest wizards of their time united to create the most extraordinary school of magic the world had ever known. Godric Gryffindor, Salazar Slytherin, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Helga Hufflepuff were friends and partners in a common dream: to educate young witches and wizards in a safe and stimulating environment. Godric Gryffindor was remembered as a man of incomparable courage, celebrated for his bravery in the face of darkness and for his spirit of justice, always willing to protect the most vulnerable. It was he who, among the 4 founders of Hogwarts, gave one of his own personal belongings to become part of one of the school's greatest legacies, a simple hat made of fabric already worn by time, but which carried his mark. Salazar Slytherin, in turn, was a wizard of refined cunning and unbridled ambition. He valued blood purity above all else and believed that only those of pure wizard lineage should have access to magical education. His intelligence was undeniable, as was his skill with dark magic and communication with serpents. Rowena Ravenclaw stood out for her extraordinary intelligence and insatiable thirst for knowledge. She was a brilliant inventor, creator of complex enchantments, and a scholar who valued wisdom above any other attribute. Her diadem, which would later become one of Voldemort's Horcruxes, was a symbol of her genius. Helga Hufflepuff was known for her unwavering loyalty, hard work, and welcoming nature. She believed that all students, regardless of their origin or ability, deserved a chance to learn magic. It was she who frequently mediated conflicts between the other founders and maintained harmony in the group. When the 4 founders created Hogwarts, each established their own house, selecting students who demonstrated the qualities they most valued. Gryffindor chose the brave. Slytherin preferred the cunning and ambitious. Ravenclaw selected the intelligent and studious, while Hufflepuff welcomed the loyal and hard-working. For years, this system worked perfectly. The founders personally interviewed and selected each new student, ensuring they were placed in the house that best suited their personality and potential. However, the founders were mortal, and they knew they could not continue this process forever. It was then that the genius behind the Sorting Hat emerged. Recognizing that they needed a permanent solution for student selection, the 4 founders decided to imbue each one a part of their own intelligence and wisdom into Godric Gryffindor's hat. This complex magical process was neither simple nor instantaneous. Each founder contributed unique aspects of their personality and knowledge to the hat. Gryffindor shared his courage and sense of justice. Slytherin added his cunning and ambition. Ravenclaw offered her intelligence and love of learning, and Hufflepuff contributed her loyalty and compassion. The result was a sentient magical artifact, capable of thinking, speaking, and making decisions based on the combined wisdom of the 4 greatest wizards of their time. The process of creating the Sorting Hat involved extremely advanced magic, including artificial consciousness enchantments, permanent legilimency, and preservation magic that would ensure the hat lasted for centuries. The complexity of this magical feat is almost incomprehensible, even by current magic standards. Once completed, the sorting hat became more than just an object. It became a living guardian of Hogwarts tradition. It could read students' minds not invasively, but by understanding their true natures, fears, hopes, and potential. This ability allowed it to make informed decisions about which house would be most suitable for each child. The sorting hat doesn't just select students. It also serves as a repository of all Hogwarts history. It witnessed the rise and fall of headmaster after headmaster, saw devastating magical wars, witnessed the growth of wizards who became heroes and also those who followed dark paths. During the medieval period, the sorting hat faced some of its greatest challenges. Tension between houses frequently reached dangerous levels, especially between Gryffindor and Slytherin. The hat had to carefully navigate these rivalries, maintaining balance between houses while remaining true to each founder's principles. One of the most significant moments in the Sorting Hat's history occurred when Salazar Slytherin left Hogwarts due to his irreconcilable philosophical differences with the other founders. Slytherin wanted only pure-blood students to be admitted to the school, while the other founders believed that blood origin was irrelevant to magical ability. Before leaving, Slytherin sealed the Chamber of Secrets and left inside it a giant basilisk serpent, programmed to purge the school of all Muggle-born students when his heir returned. This dark event left a permanent mark on the Sorting Hat, which came to carry the weight of this terrible decision. During the following centuries, the Sorting Hat developed its own distinct personality. While maintaining the characteristics of the four founders, it began to form its own opinions and perspectives based on its experiences over the years. It became known for its occasionally sarcastic sense of humor and its tendency to make insightful comments about human nature. The hat also developed the tradition of singing a song at the beginning of each school year. These songs are not just entertainment. They serve to educate students about Hogwarts history and to convey important messages about unity, tolerance, and the school's values. Each song is unique, composed by the hat itself based on current events and the lessons it considers important for that generation of students. During the period of the Wizarding Wars, the Sorting Hat played a crucial role in maintaining high morale at the school. Its songs frequently contained messages of hope and unity, reminding students that despite their house differences, they were all part of the same Hogwarts family. A fascinating aspect of the Sorting Hat is its ability to predict future potential. It doesn't see the future literally, but possesses a deep understanding of human nature that allows it to make educated predictions about how certain personalities will develop over time. This ability is evident in its selections, which frequently prove to be correct in the long term. During the 20th century, the Sorting Hat faced some of its greatest moral challenges. The rise of Tom Riddle, who would later become Lord Voldemort, was a particularly difficult moment. The hat managed to detect Tom's dark and ambitious nature, but also recognized his exceptional intelligence. In the end, it placed him in Slytherin, a decision it would later come to question. This moral dilemma illustrates one of the deepest complexities of the Sorting Hat's role. It must balance its responsibility to place students where they best fit with its greater responsibility to protect the school and the magical world. The selection of Tom Riddle for Slytherin was technically correct based on his personality, but had disastrous consequences for the world. The Sorting Hat also faced challenges during the years when Dolores Umbridge served as High Inquisitor of Hogwarts. Her presence at the school represented a direct threat to Hogwarts' traditional values and the school's autonomy. During this period, the hat adapted its songs to include coded messages of resistance, subtly encouraging students to unite against oppression. One of the Sorting Hat's most notable characteristics is its absolute impartiality. Throughout the centuries, It has never allowed personal prejudices or external pressures to influence its decisions. It selects students based purely on its assessment of where they will thrive best and contribute most positively to the Hogwarts community. The selection process itself is a unique experience for each student. When the hat is placed on a child's head, it immediately begins to explore their thoughts, memories, and personality characteristics. This exploration is not invasive or painful. It's more like a silent conversation between the hat and the student's mind. During this process, the hat considers not only the student's current personality, but also their potential for growth. It looks at their fears, hopes, ambitions, and fundamental values. It also considers how the student would fit into each house's social dynamics and where they would have the best opportunities to make lasting friendships and find appropriate mentors. Sometimes, the sorting hat encounters students who could fit well in multiple houses. In these cases, it frequently allows the student to have some influence on the decision. Harry Potter is the most famous example of this. The hat considered placing him in Slytherin due to his ambition and determination, but respected Harry's desire to avoid that house. The hat also recognizes that people change and grow over time. While its selections are based on the student's fundamental personality, it understands that experiences at Hogwarts will shape and refine these characteristics. It sees its function not just as placing students in appropriate houses, but as giving them the best possible opportunity to become the best version of themselves. The sorting hat's relationship with each house is complex. With Gryffindor, it shares values of courage and justice, but also recognizes Gryffindor's tendency to be impulsive and sometimes careless with their own safety. It looks for students who possess not only physical bravery, but also moral courage, the willingness to do the right thing even when it's difficult or unpopular. For Slytherin, the hat seeks ambition and determination, but tries to balance this with a sense of moral responsibility. It learned from the experience with Tom Riddle, and now pays more attention to students' fundamental values, not just their ambitions. It looks for Slytherins who will use their cunning and ambition for constructive purposes. With Ravenclaw, the hat values not just raw intelligence, but also wisdom and the genuine desire to learn. It seeks students who see knowledge not as a tool for personal power, but as an end in itself and a force for the greater good. It also looks for creativity and originality of thought. For Hufflepuff, the hat prizes loyalty, hard work, and a strong sense of justice. It looks for students who value community over individual glory and who are willing to work consistently toward their goals. It also values inclusivity and genuine kindness. The sorting hat possesses a perfect memory of every student it has ever selected. It can remember specific details about personalities, conversations, and selection decisions that date back centuries. This vast experience gives it a unique perspective on patterns in human behavior and the evolution of magical society over time. This memory also means that the hat carries the weight of all its past decisions. It knows the fate of every student it has selected. Those who became heroes, those who were lost to darkness, and all who fell between these extremes. This awareness sometimes weighs on it, especially when its selections result in tragic consequences. During the Second Wizarding War, the sorting hat played an important symbolic role in the resistance against Voldemort. Its very existence represented Hogwarts' traditional values: unity, education for all wizards regardless of origin, and the belief that character is more important than blood lineage. The famous moment when Neville Longbottom pulled Godric Gryffindor's sword from the sorting hat during the Battle of Hogwarts was deeply symbolic. The hat, recognizing Neville's true courage, provided him with the weapon needed to destroy Nagini, the last Horcrux. This act demonstrated that the Hat is not just a passive observer, but an active participant in protecting Hogwarts and its values. Gryffindor's sword has a special relationship with the Sorting Hat. The sword appears inside the hat whenever a true Gryffindor needs it in a moment of great need. This magical connection was established by Godric Gryffindor himself and represents his eternal promise to protect those who demonstrate true courage. The Sorting Hat also serves as a symbol of continuity in a constantly changing world. While headmasters come and go, professors retire and students graduate, the Hat remains constant, carrying with it Hogwarts' fundamental traditions and values. It is a living bridge between past and present, connecting each new generation of students with the school's rich history. The Hat also possesses a unique understanding of adolescent psychology. It has observed thousands of 11-year-old children grow and transform into adults, giving it deep insights into human development and the complexities of the transition from childhood to adulthood. This experience makes it not just an effective selector, but also a source of wise guidance. One of the Sorting Hat's most admirable characteristics is its ability to see potential in all students, regardless of their backgrounds or current circumstances. It doesn't judge based on socioeconomic status, family history, or external appearances. Instead, it focuses on the internal qualities that will define the person's future character. This egalitarian perspective was particularly important during periods of social tension in the magical world. When prejudices against Muggle-born reached their peak, the Hat consistently selected students based on personal merit, not blood lineage. Its actions served as a constant reminder that magical ability is not related to blood purity. The Sorting Hat also developed unique relationships with various Hogwarts headmasters throughout the centuries. Each headmaster brought their own philosophy and approach to leading the school, and the Hat had to adapt to these different leadership styles while maintaining its own integrity and mission. With Albus Dumbledore, the Hat developed a particularly respectful relationship. Both shared a deep belief in the importance of personal choice and the potential for redemption in every individual. The Hat frequently consulted Dumbledore on complex matters, and Dumbledore, in turn, deeply respected the Hat's wisdom and experience. During the years under Severus Snape as headmaster, the Hat faced unique challenges. Although Snape was technically the headmaster, his real loyalty was with Dumbledore and the Order of the Phoenix. The Hat had to carefully navigate this complex situation, maintaining appearances while secretly supporting the resistance against Voldemort's regime. The Sorting Hat also possesses a deep understanding of magic itself. Its own existence is a testament to the most advanced powers of magical art, and it has observed the evolution of magical theory and practice over the centuries. This perspective gives it unique insights into the development of magical education and changes in magical capabilities over time. The future of the Sorting Hat remains secure as long as Hogwarts exists. Its magic is self-sustaining and strengthens with each new selection it makes. Each student adds a new layer to its experience and understanding, making it continuously wiser and more effective in its role. However, the Hat also carries the responsibility of adapting to constantly changing times. Magical society continues to evolve, and new challenges constantly arise. The Hat must balance preserving Hogwarts' valuable traditions with the need to adjust to modern realities. One of the most interesting questions about the Sorting Hat is whether it ever regrets its decisions. While it maintains confidence in the correctness of its selections based on information available at the time, it also demonstrates a capacity for reflection and learning from past experiences. The case of Peter Pettigrew is particularly complex. The Hat selected him for Gryffindor based on his personality at 11 years old. But Peter subsequently betrayed his closest friends and allied with Voldemort. This betrayal highlights the limits of predictability in human behavior and the complexity of moral decisions people make throughout their lives. The Sorting Hat also serves as a repository of personal stories. Each selection it makes creates a new story, some of triumph, some of tragedy, and many that fall somewhere in between. It is the only being in the magical world that possesses a complete perspective on how individual lives interweave to form the rich tapestry of the magical community. Its unique perspective also gives it insights into cycles of history. It has seen how patterns of conflict and reconciliation repeat across generations, how ancient prejudices resurface in new forms, and how each generation must learn again the lessons their predecessors forgot. The Sorting Hat represents, in many ways, the collective consciousness of Hogwarts. It carries with it not only the personalities of the four founders, but also the shared experiences of all generations of students who have passed through the school. This collective consciousness makes it a singular guardian of the values and traditions that make Hogwarts special. Ultimately, the Sorting Hat is more than a magical artifact or even a sentient being. It is a living symbol of the highest ideals of magical education, the belief that each young witch or wizard possesses unique potential, that diversity strengthens community, and that true wisdom comes from the combination of knowledge, courage, ambition, and loyalty. Its story is the story of Hogwarts itself, a narrative of growth, learning, challenges overcome, and traditions preserved. As long as new generations of students continue to arrive at the castle gates, the Sorting Hat will remain there, ready to discover where each new young mind will find their home, their challenges, and their destiny in the magical world. The Sorting Hat's legacy is measured not only in the individual selections it has made, but in the collective impact of all these decisions in shaping the magical world. Every hero it sent to Gryffindor, every innovator it placed in Ravenclaw, every ambitious leader who found their place in Slytherin, and every loyal worker who prospered in Hufflepuff contributed to the rich tapestry of wizarding society. And so, the Sorting Hat continues its eternal vigil, silent guardian of 1,000 years of wisdom, bridge between past and future, and final arbiter of one of the most important moments in every young witch and wizard's life, the moment when they discover where they belong in the magical world of Hogwarts. This was the complete story of the Sorting Hat, from its creation by the four founders of Hogwarts to its most heroic moments during the great battles that defined the fate of the magical world. I hope you all enjoyed this journey through the deepest secrets of one of magic's most fascinating artifacts. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming adventures through the magical universe. Tell us in the comments which moment in the story impressed you most and which character you'd like to see in our next video. Until next time, and remember, magic is always around us. We just need to know where to look for it.